Skin like chocolate, I call her cocoa. Make she follow me go, and fly away, girl. Nobody will have to know. Skin like chocolate, I call her cocoa. Make she follow me go.
Hey babes, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Manka or Miss Cameroon. If this is your first time, please make sure that you subscribe. In today's video, I'm coming to you with a story time. This is a new channel and I want you guys to, get to know me as much as possible. I want to be open and honest on this channel, so I'm going to be telling a story time. It's not a happy story, I'm sure. By the title you have like a small idea of kind of what I'm going to be talking about. It's not a happy story, but I feel like it's very, very important to speak on, or at least feel comfortable talking about things that have happened to you, especially if that's the way that you find it easiest to begin to heal. Nobody deserves to be a victim of any kind of abuse or assault at all, end of. But unfortunately it does happen, and this story is so painful to me because the assault, the physical assault that I experienced was by a family member, and obviously family are supposed to be the ones that keep you safe and protect you. And it's like, if you can't trust family to be able to be there for you in times of need, it's like, who can you really rely on? Like, nobody. Like, I just kind of, before I get into the story, I do want to kind of give a quick disclaimer, because like I said, this is a story that is like, it's a touchy subject for me, because it was a very upsetting thing that happened. And what was even more upsetting about the situation was that I felt as though I didn't have as much support as I would have liked, and I will kind of touch on that later on. And I mean, this is separate to the story, but there was an incident that happened at the start of this year when I started my other channel with my boyfriend, and I shared obviously our story of how we ended up moving to Ghana. And said person put in like a family group chat that I was disgracing the family by like putting private business out there without consulting anybody. And that literally triggered me, because first of all, since the incident that I'm about to explain happened, me and this person have had no kind of conversation at all. So it's like, I thought like the cheek, like, you did something to me and I'm getting on with my life, I'm doing my own thing, and you still feel like you have the right to comment on what I'm doing, and actually asked like for like other family members to tell me to take that video down. Anyway, I'm so glad I didn't listen, because like that opened a whole realm of opportunities and so on and so forth. But that situation angered me so much that I basically, the story that I'm about to tell, I kind of like summarized it and like added him and tagged him and blurred it all out on Facebook, which I probably shouldn't have done, but I was upset. And again, I was further upset at that situation because I was being begged to take it down by family members because it could affect somebody's job or this or that. And obviously I'm not trying to get anybody in trouble, but it's my story, it happened to me, and it's my thing to tell. I'm not going to mention any names in this video, because all I'm trying to do is share my story, share the experience that happened to me, in hopes that if anybody else has ever gone through anything similar, they can understand that, number one, they're not alone. Number two, like, if you want to talk to me, that's fine. And three, that it's okay to be able to share your story. Like, it's okay to be able to talk about the things that have happened to you. Okay, I've rambled long enough, but I just wanted to make that very clear, because even like, I don't want anybody, in regards to family members, I don't want anybody messaging me or calling me to say take this video down or don't speak on this, because at the end of the day I want it to be so clear what I experienced happened to me, nobody else. It was me. I was the one. So it's my story, it's my choice. End of. Okay, now let's get into the video. So this situation happened a few years ago, 2017, right? So a few years ago, but to be honest, it's still not that long ago, realistically. And it's not something that is like, I don't know how to explain it. It's not something that like I think about all the time, but every now and again I'm like, wow, like I still can't believe that happened to me. So let me kind of set the scene. Basically, we all, like my family, like my immediate family basically, mum, siblings, cousins, aunties, uncles, that kind of thing. We met up for a family meeting. I don't really get into like family politics or whatever. I don't really kind of know what's going on. I was just there. As far as I knew, it was just like, oh, my family's meeting up. Because where I used to live in the UK, not all of my family lived there. Everyone's dotted around the UK and even like out of the UK, but everybody that was in Europe kind of met up. So everybody's talking, and the one particular family member that is in question for this situation, number one, like has anger issues. Everybody's been knowing this, but it's one of them ones where it's like, just brush it off. On top of anger issues, alcohol issues. Like, you know, there's certain people that they just don't know how to stop. Like, they don't know when like they've had enough, like to drink. Yeah, he was that. So they were having a conversation. I'm guessing things kind of got heated, and it kind of just turned into an argument. So I don't want to this is an assumption of mine. I'm not saying it's true, I'm not saying it's false, but this is what I assume by what I saw. So this said individual, angry, shouting, drunk, shouting everybody, has a wife, and at this point a wife and a child, right? A young child, like 1, I think at that time, maybe even a bit younger than that, I'm not 100% sure, but he had a wife and a child. And basically, as things are getting heated and he's very drunk, she asked me, so his wife asked me if I could please drive her away and take her to, like, take her out of the house that we were at and take her like back home with me. She said that she was scared, and you know, she's with the baby, and basically what was also happening is that he was trying to drive them home, and they live quite a while away, and she was scared because 1, he's very angry, and 2, like, he's been drinking a lot of alcohol. So anybody would see that it's not safe. I know certain people drink and drive, but number 1, that's wrong anyways, and 2, especially when you've got your wife and your baby, like, it's not safe. So I said, of course, like, let's quickly go. Like I said, I was not part of the argument in any way, shape or form, but I understood because she seemed very, very scared and very panicked. I said, cool, that's fine, let's go. Did I have a car at this time? I don't think I had a car at this time, so I think I took like one of my auntie's cars and I drove them. Took them and they were in the house, and yeah, that was that. And then I think basically word got out and everybody was kind of following me, like, because they were following after him because he was, you know, trying to take them to go home. So I basically was trying to like stand as a barrier, like where I live, like there's a gate, and the gate has a code, and he did not know this code. So I've told her and like to take her and the baby inside the house, and I locked the gate, and I'm standing on the outside of the gate, so I've kind of locked them inside. And I don't know if he just didn't know the code, or if he knew the code, but he was just so drunk that he couldn't remember. I'm not sure, but basically he started shouting at me to like move out of the way, and I kind of like, at first I was very, very calm. I'm like, listen, no, you're drunk, like, and obviously in like, you know, African households and stuff, obviously there's certain levels of respect that are just already always there. You're always respectful to your elders, obviously, especially people that are in your family. You're extra respectful. So at first I was trying to keep myself very, very calm and very, very respectful. I was trying my absolute hardest, but he just kept going on and on, move out of my way, this, that, and I was slowly starting to lose it. Not physically, but verbally I was starting to lose it. And I started saying things like, are you not embarrassed? Like, are you not ashamed? Like, look at yourself. Like, she's trying to run away from you because she's scared. You're trying to put your child in danger by taking your child, trying to drive your child home when you can't even walk in a straight line. These are the things that I was saying. Obviously, I wasn't saying it like this. I was shouting it because I was genuinely like angry, because I'm thinking, like, what kind of grown, respectable man can be acting like this? Like, and I don't really remember what he was saying. But it was just, whatever he was saying was pushing me further. Oh, he was definitely shouting, open the gate, open the gate. He started swearing, and I was literally taken aback, because it's like, I'm your family member, you know, like, you're somebody that is supposed to look after me. You're somebody that's supposed to care about me. You're somebody that is supposed to love me, and this is how you're talking to me. This is how you're treating me. It's going on and on and on and on and on. But it's getting more and more. I'm literally barricading myself against the gate. And guys, that's when he tried to push me out of the way. The gate is like a metal gate with bars, so I'm holding onto the gate. He's starting to push me, and mind you, this is a full-grown man. And how old was I at the time? 20. I had just turned 21, so like a grown man. That, obviously I wasn't a kid, but like, I'm not like, and not only is he a grown man, but he's like big, so full force he's pushing me. I'm trying to hold the gate, and I'm holding the gate, and I'm thinking, like, what, am I a victim? I said no. So I pushed him away, like, move, like, don't push me, don't touch me, like, leave me. And instead of him to be like, whoa, obviously I pushed him as hard as I could to get away from me. And guys, this man swung his arm back and literally punched me in the face, and kept punching me and punching me and punching me. When I think about it now, like, it's actually so mad. Punching, like, as if I was a punching bag, as if I was like a grown man, just punching me, pushing me, slapping me, punching me. We ended up from one side, like where this gate was, and we ended up like on the other side of the car park. I was in my hand I was holding the car keys of my auntie's car that I had used to get there. I was holding my phone, and whilst he was doing this, I'm trying to block him, and I'm trying to call my boyfriend to try and tell my boyfriend what's going on. And I didn't really remember this, but the last thing like that my boyfriend said that he remembers is that it's like I was trying to talk to him, and all he heard is me, like I was screaming. And I was screaming because at that moment he had punched me and basically punched the phone out of my hand because I think he thought that I was calling the police, which in all honesty I really should have been, but my first instinct is my boyfriend. And I wasn't really able to get a lot of words out to him, so I didn't really expect him to like know how to come and get me or help me or anything. I'm not sure if I hadn't told him where I was, because I think as far as he knew, I was at the first location. That's where I said I was going to be. He's punched the phone out of my hand, and he's also punched the car keys out of my hand. So at this point, we're still like literally fighting, and I'm shouting at this point. I think people had started to hear, and he like had me like in like a headlock and wouldn't let go and was hitting me. And at that moment, that's when I saw my mum running towards me, and my mum had to bite him with her teeth, bite him for him to release his grip on my neck. Again, guys, this is somebody that is my family, my blood family. My mum had to bite him to release him off of my neck. Like, I don't know that, like, honestly, I don't know if there was nobody around and there was no, like, he was able to just do whatever. Like, I wouldn't be able to confidently say that this man would not have been capable of killing me, genuinely, because the rage that he was in over the fact that I was trying to protect his wife and child, it was genuinely beyond me. Yeah, so after that happened, everybody at this point had come and tried to like hold him back. He was trying to fight everybody away, and the only thing that kind of got him to kind of back away was the fact that the police turned up. The police turned up because neighbors had heard all of the shouting and they were scared, and they called the police. And oh, sorry, just before this, my boyfriend turned up out of nowhere, and just the look on his face when he saw me, like, it was just so sad. Yeah, the police turned up, and everybody begged me to not press charges because that's family. And I mean, to an extent I understand, but at the same time, I think at that point, that's when I started to feel like I wasn't important and they did not care about me. That's how I felt. I'm sure my family members would beg to differ, but that is how I felt. He did have to spend a night in the cell because I think the police just took him because he was very, very drunk. So not because he beat me black and blue, because he was drunk. I had cuts, I had bruises, I was bleeding. But realistically, I didn't see the full effects until the next day when I couldn't even open one of my eyes. I couldn't go to work because I told them that I'd been involved in, you know, I'd been attacked. And the job that I had at the time was like customer facing, so in a very reputable place. So they couldn't afford to have me looking like I'd been dragged through the mud at work. So I couldn't go to work. And my job that I had, it was via agency. So it's not even like I was still getting paid. So I was off work without pay. And when I woke up, the way my body, just everything just ached. Like, I've been literally beaten up by a man like 3 times my size. It genuinely felt like I'd been hit by a car. Like, I've never been hit by a car, but I imagine that's how it felt, because everything just hurt, everything just ached. Like, and I don't know at which point when I literally thought to myself, like, wow. And I think as well, one of the most hurtful things is that, like, to everybody else, it was literally like nothing happened. Like, his wife, she still went She still went. The person that was so scared of him, that he was gonna attack her, blah blah blah, he was gonna drive them home, kill them, blah blah blah, she just went back like nothing happened. So I kind of felt like I was trying to protect you and your child. Do you even care for your own safety? That's actually how I felt. And yeah, like that was that, and I just kind of felt like I couldn't really speak to anybody about it, which is why when the situation happened at the start of this year and I was ranting about it on Facebook, it felt good, because it's like I was getting it off my chest. And something that was so hurtful after I posted that, and I had family members calling me telling me to take it down, was that one person in particular that I don't speak to now, like, hi, that's it. She said, well, she said you can't basically feel a type of way now, because like if you really wanted to, you should have pressed charges. Why didn't you press charges? When she was one of the people begging me, please, let's keep it in the family. And that's a thing that I feel like it needs to stop, because this is a real issue. I feel like, especially in African households, that things want to be brushed under the carpet, things want to be swept under the rug. But if it was an outsider, if it was a random person that did that to me, straight away, police, call the police. Like, why is that? So yeah, that's what happened to me. It's really sad. Like, after that situation happened, like, even till this day, it's been 3 years, over 3 years, 3.5 years, and like the eye that I couldn't open, sometimes it just still like just randomly will just be watering. And it is what it is. In like the year after it happened, I wrote a letter to this person, because I don't know, I think I was kind of trying to find a way to get over it. I wrote a letter, but I couldn't bring myself to send it. But basically in the letter, like, this person has since had another child and had a daughter this time. And I was kind of like, in the letter saying, like, I hope and pray that somebody never does to your daughter what you did to me. But I couldn't send it. I know you're supposed to forgive people, but I honestly don't know if I would ever be able to, like, that's me being honest. And I know, as somebody that's a Christian, you're not supposed to think like that, but it's actually really hard for me. But I'm glad that I have this space to be able to share and to be able to, get it off my chest. So yeah, we're gonna leave it there. If you guys have any questions for me, like I said, or if you feel like you want to talk, you've kind of been in a similar situation, please feel free to reach out. Yeah, DM me on Instagram, add me on Snapchat, like, just, message me. I'm happy to talk to you about, any kind of things that you've been through. I know that it helps to talk about it. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. It sucks that it happened, but it did happen. My face somewhat went back to normal. And I mean, I guess if anything, it taught me that this whole, like, blood is thicker than water phrase that people like to use, yeah, it is, but at the end of the day, family can get cut off the same way. Like, there are friends that could, mean more to you than certain family members. Like, the word family to me now, like, unfortunately doesn't hold a lot of weight, because it really opened my eyes to the possibility that sometimes it can really be the people closest to you that have the ability to really, really hurt you. Anyway, I can only hope that one day I will be able to forgive, and I can only hope that, you know, whatever kind of issues, whatever demons are inside of that man that don't even allow him to have any kind of compassion for his blood, that one day, whatever he's going through, like, he can work through those things, because it was a lot. But yeah, I will stop. Hopefully next video will be a lot more lighthearted. Thank you so much for the support that you guys have shown me so far. Honestly, I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much for, you know, coming on to this journey with me. 2020 is coming to an end. Oh God, I just pray for blessings next year for all of us, for me, and for each and every single one of you watching this video. Thank you guys for watching.
Nobody will have to know. Skin like chocolate,